On today's episode of Faking Culture, we're going to be making some lazy man spaghetti. In order to do that, we're going to be smoking some Italian mild sausages.
We're going to be slicing up some peppers, onions, and mushrooms.
Then we're going to be making a sauce, which is where the lazy man spaghetti comes in, because the sauce is only going to take a couple hours to make.
And who knows what other misadventures we might get into, so grab that favorite beverage, and we'll be right back.
So welcome back to another episode of Faking Cultured. I'm Rob.
I'm Pico.
So grab that favorite beverage. It's time to have a sip of it. Cheers, bitch.
All right, so the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get Rob's meat in the box out back.
Ooh.
Mine in the gutter. We're putting his meat, his wiener, in the smoke box out back.
Mine's in the gutter?
Yeah. So we're going to turn this over to our resident smoker here, Rob, and he's going to walk you through the smoking process.
Sounds great. We're going to cut out back. We're going to get these on the smoker, and we're going to go from there. All right, everybody, this is really easy. What we're going to be basically doing is throwing our mild Italian sausages on the smoker. Now, if you look down here, traditionally pellet smokers don't produce a lot of smoke flavor. There is a smoke setting on the Pit Boss Pro Series. You don't get a lot of heat, but you get a lot of smoke. So, what I like to do is I like to put it on the smoke setting for about the first half hour of anything I put on it, get that smoke infused into the meat, and then we're going to crank up the temperature to about 250 to 300. That way we can get the casing of the sausages to crisp up a little bit and finish cooking them here in the smoker. But we're not going to finish them all the way though, because you'll see why later. So this is very easy. I'm just going to hand it. We've got a heat box right here in the center, so we're going to put these off to the side, spaced out quite a bit. A little bit better spacing on that. Boom, boom, boom. These we're going to cook to about 20-30 degrees before they get to the perfect internal temperature, because we're going to be slicing them later and then throwing them in the sauce to finish cooking. So now we're done with this. We're going to go inside and we're going to make some sauce.
All right, so now we're back inside. Since Rob didn't tell you to do it, grab a sip of that. It's delicious. Okay, now it's time to slice some vegetables. So we got our peppers here. We're gonna go ahead, cut these up, and you'll see we're gonna cut the ribs out and everything like we normally do. Save this little piece right here for chef treat. We're gonna slice all these up. We have a red and an orange today. I sliced these ribs out of these, and there you get the seeds out and everything, so we're just left with the delicious pepper. All right, so now we're gonna slice these into nice little strips here. You'll see, just like when we did on our last episode, if you didn't watch it, you need to, the pepper steak. We're gonna take, just like we did with the pepper steak, julienne them up and cut them in half. So we're gonna have nice big chunks in there when we go to eat this. This is gonna be great. I do slice like a savage. So now that we got our peppers all cut up, we're gonna work over here onto our onion. We're not gonna do the onion like we did the pepper. We're gonna slice this a little bit thinner. We're gonna dice these up so you don't need the big chunks of onions in there, which there's gonna be some anyway, but it's all up to you guys. I mean, we like ours a little chunky. If you want to dice everything up, go ahead. You can even throw in, use green peppers. We're using red and orange. You can use green, you can use yellow, you can do whatever you want. And Robert even mentioned, he says, what about a jalapeno? I don't know about that, but if that's what you want is some hot sauce, go ahead. We're going to go ahead and dice this up real nice, though. Didn't catch my thumb. They're waiting for this, by the way.
I think we need a sign on the fridge that says 0 days since...
Yes, like an OSHA sign,
yeah.
Since last injury.
Since last injury.
You know what? That's a dig on me, but I like it. And if you've ever cooked at home, you've done it yourself. Come on. So now we're going to go ahead and slice our mushrooms. We got our nice little mushrooms here. We're just going to cut these into nice little thin slices and leave them like they are. They look really good aesthetically, Oh.
I heard that.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Somebody change the sign.
That was a fingernail. I almost got it.
I don't know what that crunch is when we eat it later.
Anyway, back to cooking. We're just going to slice these up nice and thin. We're going to leave them like they are. Oh, man, there it is. They're waiting. Boy, that did almost happen, too.
I heard it.
Wasn't a thumb, though.
That was almost 2 fingers. Maybe I should be in the scene talking about these comments.
Get all ahead of myself. Oh man, just keep rolling, Jeff. Rob's sitting back there sweating. He's like, oh, look at him. He's sitting on the edge of his chair like an asshole. Like he's waiting for the next kill in the slasher movie. He's like, oh, don't go in the basement. What a dick. Now you got me nervous. Now I am gonna do it.
You're good.
All right, so once we get these all sliced up and everything, we're gonna send them over to the stove. Rob's gonna saute them for just a second to soften them up. We're gonna use some garlic in there to get that infused into the vegetables, and then we're gonna start making our sauce.
Okay, now we're gonna get this sauce going. To do that, we're gonna get started with the vegetables that are over here. But before we do any of that, make sure to have a sip of your favorite beverage. Now let's get these veggies on the stove. This is basically what we're gonna do. We've already got our pan, it's already heated. Throw a little bit of the avocado oil in there. Once we do that, we're gonna throw our garlic cloves in. Oh yeah, baby. Once you get your garlic in there, you wanna make sure, not just throw your veggies in right away. You wanna get that to where you can smell it. All right, now dump your veggies in. All we're doing in this step is we're going to be sauteing vegetables. You want to get them softened up just a little bit. You want to kind of get them infused with that garlic. We're going to do this for about 3 to 4 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. You just kind of have to gauge that to what you're seeing. But make sure you keep it stirred.
Oh my god, that smells good.
I know, right? I can eat just that. God. Have another sip of your favorite beverage. And give it a little stir. The aroma coming off of this is absolutely amazing. All right, our veggies are now softened up a little bit. In this same pan, what we're going to be doing now is adding our sauce and all of our seasonings, and then we're going to just let it roll and simmer down while we wait on the sausages to catch up. All right, first things first, this is exactly why you should wear an apron when you cook, especially anything with a red sauce. We have to see wardrobe here in a minute and take care of this. Actually, I just put my apron on, and then we won't see it anymore. Either way, we got our vegetables, they're all softened up. It's time to start adding in all the sauce. Basically, we're going to be using Hunt's tomato sauce. Just pour it in. It's really that easy. 1 can of that. A second can. Now you're going to give it a little bit of a stir. This may look like a lot right now, but it's going to be thickening up. It's going to be cooking down and simmering. Simmer down now.
Simmer down
Simmer down now. We're going to put in tomato paste. Very important step. Plop it right on in. Just as such. Now you're going to get that kind of mixed in there. Smush it around real good. These are our fire roasted tomatoes. My dumbass grabbed the wrong can, and this is salsa ready. It's got a little jalapeno in it. So we are actually going to have a little jalapeno in our sauce today.
Yes, we are.
It's too late to go back to the store. We're just going to throw it in. 1 more can of sauce.
That's the leftovers can.
Now we need to throw in some seasoning. Around that pico, what we got going on with our ingredients over here with our seasoning?
What we're going to do here with our seasonings, not this beer, this is yours.
That's my seasoning.
So we're just going to do, I got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Just to give it a little something there. We have 1 tablespoon of basil. Sprinkle that around. We have 1 tablespoon of oregano. Now our last ingredient, and some people do it, some people don't, I find it important, is we're going to add 1 tablespoon of just regular sugar. This cuts through the acid of all this tomato. And some people swear by it, some people don't. I'm one of those that does. You're really not going to taste a whole lot of sugar, but just that little bit of sugar will cut through this acid. You can smell that difference already.
It smells amazing. It smells absolutely amazing. You see how it's still a little on the soupy side? We're going to be bringing the temp up with a lid on it to a boil. Then we're going to reduce it. We're going to let it simmer for another hour or 2. And that's basically going to cook a lot of the moisture out of the sauce, and it's going to thicken it up nice and thick. All right, so now we're going to get the lid on. We're going to bring the heat up. We're going to wait until you see it start kind of a volcano eruption going on inside, and then we're going to reduce it, let it simmer for a second, then we're going to come back about every 10 minutes and stir this sucker. So now we're going to just have another sip of our favorite beverage.
I was going to say, and this is why we call it Lazy Man, because now the work's done.
That's it. We can sit back and drink. Cheers, bitch. All right, now we're back. We've got our sauces simmering over here. It's going to thicken up. We've got our sausages off of the smoker. We're going to slice these things up and add them to the sauce. Yep. But before we do that, what do?
Favorite beverage.
Have a sip of your favorite beverage.
That's right.
Cheers, bitch. All right, so since you don't have enough practice at cutting phallic-shaped things.
All the best foods are penis-shaped, by the way.
Yes, it is.
They are.
I mean, they are. Yes, they are.
Find a penis-shaped food that isn't awesome. Corn dogs,
right.
Pickles, hot dogs, sausage. Jeff. All right, we'll go ahead and slice these. I'll show you how we're going to do this. We're going to kind of cut these at an egg. This looks so good. I just want to eat some of it right now.
Right. Can I get just a tip?
Here, I'm going to give Rob just a tip. That happens a lot.
Oh, my God.
This is about how you want to cut these. God, these are juicy, too. Mm-hmm. We're going to cut that. Ooh, that is a good sausage.
Mm-hmm. Look at that smoke ring right there. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to cut this up like that. All these. We're going to throw them in our sauce. I knew there'd be a joke coming. Get it? Coming? Mm-hmm. See what I did there?
Mm-hmm. I figured you'd be good at cutting all the sausages since you're so good at cutting your fingers. I figured it'd kind of fall right in place.
Right there, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Ooh! We got a squirter!
Oh, I thought you cut yourself again. Jeff, try one of these.
Just squirted right out the end.
She's a squirter! She's squirting! Peter, we got a squirter!
And this is exactly why I smoke these sausages. You can pan sear them, you can cook them in the oven, you can do any of that stuff, but you're just going to be wasting your time because this right here is literally where it's at.
The flavors. Mm-hmm.
Don't forget this little guy.
We like to call that one Chef Jeff. Mm-hmm. Chef Jeff's little brother.
Hey, let's do this. You know what?
Take the whole board.
Yeah, we'll take the whole board.
I'm staying way back.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is so juicy.
That is going to be awesome.
Oh, all right. Sausage is now in. You want to get them all nice and covered in the sauce. Look at the colorful, the mushrooms, the onion, the peppers.
Now that sausage is going to sit in there about how long? Another half hour we're going to simmer that with those sausage?
Yeah, about a half hour to an hour. We're going to monitor it. You want to stir it about every 10-15 minutes. You don't want it to sit or you're going to burn whatever's on the bottom of the pan. So we're just going to let it do its thing.
Do its thing.
That's right. We're going to have a sip of our favorite beverage.
My favorite part of the show.
That's right. And we'll be right back. All right, everybody. We are now plated. We're ready to eat. What? Oh.
Is that birdshot or buckshot?
Oh, it's Jamaican. It's buckshot, buckshot, buckshot.
Buckshot, buckshot, buckshot.
All right, talk us through this.
All right, so this is what we got. Our sauce is done. Sausage is in. We've got a little Parmesan sprinkled across the top. Like I was writing something down.
Right. You never even discussed the noodles.
Oh, yeah.
We cooked the noodles off camera.
Yeah, do we really need to show how to like boil noodles?
Jeff.
I would hope not, but...
Yes!
Oh.
Remember the mashed potatoes?
That's right. This is a cooking show. We'll show you that next time. See, if you don't know how to boil noodles, you're probably actually watching the right show.
Right show.
Just look at the back of the box.
Yes, the back of the box.
Back in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hurry up and get through this so I can eat
All
some
right.
of that.
So let's just dig in because we've got our smoked sausage, we've got our peppers, we've got our onions, we've got our mushrooms. Ooh, buddy.
Get a piece of sausage.
What?
I'm not gonna roll these to you like a meatball, like you're Lady and a Tramp.
Well, if I had
Which
a
one are
spoon.
you? You're Lady. I'd be the Tramp. Wait a second. No.
Ah, see?
Looks good. I can already tell you it's awesome. Taking some of that to go, just so you know.
We have
Ooh,
we hit that
that
sausage.
spice. Feel that spice?
Mm-hmm. Spices out. I can actually feel a little bit of heat from the jalapeno. That
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. Oops. That's okay. I'm gonna know those sausages, dude. This Italian sausage, smoked is. I'm telling you, is the way to go.
That's primo. That was good. Good. All right, let's hurry up and end this so we can keep on eating.
Well,
News out.
have a sip of your favorite beverage. Be sure to like, subscribe, tune in next time. Let us know below in the comments whether you like my shirt or not.
He was so worried about his collar and then.
You know. Cheers, bitch. I'm gonna have another bite of this. We probably should feed Jeff.
I mean,
Well, what you guys do after we get done filming? I mean, that's.
we never Jeff.
I mean, you guys can borrow the casting couch.
I made love to him every time.
And on that note, we'll see you next time.